Hello gamers, and welcome back to another episode of Solo Spelunking. It is Friday night or late evening, and what better way to start the weekend than a little solo role-playing. And it's also, of course, a good way to end the weekend. So tonight I want to continue my Keep on the Shadowfell adventure. This one right here, published adventure from the 4th edition era. It is copyright 2008, so it is, I think, 16 years old by now, if I'm not mistaken. And actually this was the first published adventure for 4th edition. It came with quick start rules, and I'm playing it using the Tiny D6 rule set, Tiny Dungeons. And last session almost ended badly for us, almost, when we had to clear the Winterhaven cemetery, or a cemetery, I think, from evil undead skeletons raised, of course, by this death cult that worship the demon prince Orcus that we are, or that we have discovered and that we now want to take down. So we ended the session with us being seriously injured, except so Nathan Wayne, my main character and protagonist, he went down, and also Yamil, the militia captain from the Winterhaven militia, went down, and Marissa, the militia scout and experienced outdoors woman, basically saved the day and routed Ninaren. And Ninaren is the elf spy, the female elf spy in the employ of Calaril, that reported on the happenings in the village to Calaril. And we ended the session with us getting help from the village, so they brought us inside and they put us up in rooms in Sylvana Rafton's inn so that we can rest and recuperate. And last session we also, before we set out to clear the cemetery, we told Lord Pedrake about what we have discovered, and we asked him to see if he can recruit any more militia members that might aid us in our task. So this is where we will be continuing our adventure. All right, so we get a night of rest, so in a safe haven in Rafton's Inn, and we get a nice hot stew, and we get some hot stew and drinks and everything we need. So after a night of rest, we have basically recovered, because you heal pretty quick in Tiny D6. So one night of rest recovers all of your lost hit points. So also thanks to some healing ointments from Varun the Prescient, I think is his name, the old sage that lives in the village. So we are in pretty good shape, but we still need, or we think we still need, some support. So the next day, when we have awakened, or when we have awakened, I think, Lord Pedrake, he comes in, and he looks happy. Oh, here's my NPC table, yeah. So Valthrun the Prescient. So he looks pretty happy, and he goes, "Well, adventurers, I have good news. Fortune favors the bold. See, a traveling mage was just passing through this village, and we talked to her and told her what was going on, and out of curiosity, and because she wanted to help, she agreed to accompany you on your quest. And may I introduce to you, and then a woman walks into the common room. It is an elf woman with traveling clothes, a cloak. You can see it's an elven woman because of her pointed ears. And yeah, she's got very fine skin, and she moves very gracefully with her staff. And she walks in, and Lord Pedrake goes, "May I present Adele, the traveling mage of the Fey folk." And Adele, she nods slightly and bows slightly and goes like, "Greetings, brave adventurers. I have heard of your ordeal, but it looks like you have recovered well. That is good to see. Maybe I can be of assistance and help you in your dangerous quest. I have heard you uncovered, or you suspect, that there's a death cult worshipping the demon Prince Orcus operating in the Shadowfell Keep. Or in the Keep. She doesn't know about the Shadowfell, or maybe she does, but she's not telling us. Alright, so we recuperate, so we get up and get dressed. And I'm like, yeah, that is correct. Well, my name is Nathan Wayne, and these are the brave companions, Yamil, the captain of the Winterhaven militia, and Marissa, a very experienced scout, markswoman, and outdoorswoman. Well, nice to meet you all. Well, if you're feeling up to it, let's not waste any more time and head back out. Because as you recuperate, I'm sure the cult furthers its evil goals. Yes, that might be true. We can leave soon, but there's something important I need to do first. I'll meet you at the gate in half an hour. All right, then, half an hour. So they get their stuff together and resupply their gear, and I'm heading to Lord Pedrake, and I go like, "Lord Pedrake, I need to send an important letter, a message, an urgent message to Fallcrest, to a friend and colleague of mine. Can you provide me with parchment, ink, and maybe you have a messenger that you can spare? I mean, you must have some correspondence as a lord with your fellow lords in the other communities." "Yeah, we do have a messenger." Sure. Follow me. I will give you or provide you with everything you need." And I follow him, and what I'm doing now is I'm writing a letter to my Harper friend that gave me the mission, or that asked me to investigate these things, these strange happenings. Let me look at the quest hooks here. If there was a name, I think there was a name, but I don't remember it. The setting, adventurer, Marla, an earnest young priest, yeah, and also a harper. So I'm writing a letter to Marla, my fellow harper, and in this letter I'm telling her what we have discovered so far, where we suspect this cult activity, and that we have had some pretty close calls, and just in case she doesn't hear from me soon, she should assume the worst and take necessary precautions and measures so that this evil can be stopped should I fail, basically. Like, this is the gist of it. And this is what I write, and I seal it. Let's just say I have a Harper sigil ring, and in like shaped like a little harp, like this harper pin that the harpers have. So I seal this letter, I address it, and then I'll hand it over to the messenger, or to Lord Pedrake to hand it over to the messenger, and then I head out to the gate. All right, so I don't want to waste too much time, so we just hurry. It is not far to the keep. Let's see what time it is. Let's say it is 11 a.m. or 11 before noon, 1100 hours basically. And so we recovered in Winter Haven. So let me get my journal up to date or updated. So we recruited Adele, the traveling mage. And I reported my findings to the Harpers. And then at 1100, head back to the keep. Head back to keep. All right, so my journal is up to date. And yeah, we arrive at the keep. And then I go, we need to be careful. Now that they know we are coming, they might have increased their defenses or planted some traps even. So we gotta be careful. There was a hidden pit trap in this first room that I stepped into. All right. Thanks for the warning, Adele says. We will be careful. And she's a mage, so she is spell touched, so she can cast. So casting is pretty free form from what I've read in Tiny D6. So she can make a magic bolt attack, but also small minor effects. And so she is casting a spell to try to detect any magical wards or physical traps. So because I don't want this to be too powerful, she's getting disadvantage on the spell. So I'm winging this sort of. And she fails, but she does not realize that she failed, so she just doesn't sense anything, which means there still could be some traps. I'm giving it a 30% chance using my percentile oracle. 30% that there's some sort of trap that they've planted now because of our first run-in. 30%. 63, that is a no. So they didn't plant any additional traps, which is good because we would not have discovered them. So we sneak up to the entrance and we enter again, and we sneak down the staircase again. And I can already see that they have reset this trap, this pit trap, because it's covered again, but I know that it is there, and I alert the others. So, but I've already decided, because that would make sense, because this is the first room leading into the dungeon, that of course that they would have restocked, if you want to call it that, their guards. However, they also don't have unlimited supply of personnel. So instead of these sharpshooters and 2 goblin warriors, there's only 1 goblin warrior assigned to stand guard and to watch. So it is basically like a lookout. So we slowly descend. But this is actually, you can't really hide here, because this is a straight stairway, and this guy, he's looking out, and it's in view, and this room is lit, so there are torch holders here, so that this guy has his hands free. So this is also illuminated. See, there's some general information about the dungeon, general details, and it says light sources. The goblin controlled areas 1 to 4 are illuminated with torches and lanterns that provide bright light. A portion of area 7 is illuminated with dim light, and the rest of this level is dark. So 1, 2, 3, 4, these are the goblin controlled things, and area 7 dim light, and the other things are dark, but this is so bright light, so we enter here. Okay, so now this time, our marching order is again me and Yamil in the front, followed by Adele and Marissa. And as we enter, or we head down, we spot this goblin. We immediately roll initiative, because Marissa, she immediately wants to knock off an arrow. And yeah, so I'm only going to roll for Marissa now. If she goes before, because she needs to shoot, so I just need a successful test. Of course, she does not hit, so she gets an arrow out, but as soon as she gets the arrow out, this goblin warrior, he darts away down this passageway, because his task is, of course, to alert the others, because he's alone and he will not fight 4 adventurers alone. So the thing is, do we let him lure us and charge after him? I think not. It's not a good idea. So we go like, let him go. He'll probably alert the others, but they already know that we are coming. We just got to be careful and cautious. But at least I think he's giving us a hint where to proceed, because he went down the southern corridor. So we should do the same. Yeah, okay, so we enter, and we enter this portion of the dungeon, and I again tell him to look out for this pit trap, but then we still look down these passageways, which are brightly illuminated, and we see a door here, and of course there is this corridor leading downwards, so we can't see the rest, because we can only see like this section here. And of course we see that there's a junction, a T-shaped junction with a hallway branching off to the south as well. All right, so we debate, so we should follow him. He went south. We shouldn't give him too much time to prepare. Yeah, Adele goes, yeah, but I also don't want enemies sneaking up behind my back. I mean, like you said, they know we're coming. We got to be cautious. They will prepare anyway. So my vote is that we check out this door first to see if this door is locked or where it leads to. Also not a bad idea. What do you guys say? Difficult decision. I will just roll off. So 1, 2, 3. The majority wants to go down this way. 4, 5, 6, they want to check out the door. All right, so the majority wants to check out the door. So they go like, yeah, Adele is right. We should check out this door. Maybe there's something valuable that we can find. Maybe we can find a key that we can lock it. I don't know. Yeah, all right, so let's check out this passageway. All right, so we check, or we move down this passageway, and there's this intersection here. All right, so now playing published adventure solo. As I have stated when I was asked, like in Reddit or wherever, for me it is not really important to keep suspense and surprise, mostly because if I play a published adventure, I just want to experience the story, and I like the fact that I don't have to come up with everything myself. And this is what I also said in my video, how to play a published adventure solo. It provides a framework, a frame of reference, if you will, for your interpretation efforts and your imaginary creative inputs. So but you should spice it up, as I said, by adding to it or alternating things. So long story short, my point is, even though it is not indicated here, I will roll to see if there is a trap in this passageway on a 1 in 6 chance. No, there's not. All right, so we reach this section here. We take a quick glance. We see there's like a heavy curtain here. And the curtain, this thick tapestry blocks line of sight and line of effect and provides an obstacle between squares, requiring 2 squares of movement, blah, blah. All right, so it's just a curtain. And what else do we have there? This is difficult terrain. So there's a curtain, so we can't see. All right, let's check this curtain. Okay, so we check the curtain and we see that there's this room and there's a lot of crates here and barrels. Looks like some sort of supply chamber. And also a double door leading to the west. If I'm not mistaken, it should lead into the chamber where the goblin ran away through, or the chamber through which the goblin ran away. Okay, so let's keep this door closed for the moment, and let's continue and check out this door here. Let's see, does it say anything about the doors here in this description? Or maybe in the general description of the dungeon. Doors. All doors are unlocked and made of wood with banded bronze or bronze. Alright, so unlocked. The walls are smooth stone and the floors consist of flagstones with mortar between them, and crates and boxes are cluttered squares considered difficult terrain. Okay. Okay, so we test the door and it is unlocked, and we open it and there's a stairway leading towards the east. So let's look at this map here, and this stairway leads to area 3. It is a goblin controlled area, 1, 2 through 4, so it is illuminated with torches and lanterns and provides bright light. So we check out area 3, area 1, area 2, area 3. Okay, excavation site. So we enter from here and we enter in this this passageway here. This is a secret door that we do not see if we are not looking and searching for it, but we are actually not at the moment because we are sort of on the clock here. So let's read this encounter description first and then work with what we got. Alright, so PCs might detect the secret door. So 3 goblins work in this area using shovels and picks. Perception check. Ahead you hear several goblin voices. Their exact words are difficult to distinguish, but it sounds like an argument. Okay, so perception DC 10 is like not difficult. I am insightful and vigilant. But insightful is more intuition, so it's not perceptive. So I wouldn't get advantage, but I'm granting myself advantage because it's only a DC 10. So let's see. So Nathan makes the roll because he's the PC. Yes, I succeed. I got a 5. So I hear something. So I raise my hand. Shh, quiet. There's some arguing. Can you hear it? Yeah, we can hear it. Do I speak Goblin? Probably not. Let's see. So none of my companions speaks Goblin, but maybe Adele on a 5 or 6. And so on a 5 or 6, because she's a mage, traveling mage, she might speak Goblin. So I rolled a 4. Here you can, so no, nobody speaks Goblin, so it's like an unknown language to us, a crude language. Right, so they're squabbling among themselves. So this sounds like an argument. Okay, when the adventurers enter this chamber, read. So we enter this chamber. This room looks like a disaster area. Here and there, remnants of the original floor stand like short towers, protruding from a depression. Narrow wooden planks connect the patches of original floor, and a few goblins toil in this room, attacking the floor and walls with shovels and picks as they seem to argue among themselves. Alright, so let's say they haven't noticed us yet because they're down in this area. So we press against this wall and we sneak up. Oh, and we see that there's a passage opening up here to the south. Let's look at the main map. Indeed, so this leads to another area. However, this is area 9, which means it is dark. So we see, so there's a passage leading off to the south, which is dark, so it's not illuminated. We can see this. So the logical thing would be, of course, to focus on the threat ahead, which are the goblins. So we keep a watchful eye on this passageway, but we still sneak across, pressed across this wall. We sneak up to this corner here, and let's see what we can learn from the rest of the encounter description. Okay, so the goblins, they will fight, fall back, use missile fire. A guard rakes eagerly pounds upon the adventurers, defending the goblins and preventing PCs. Okay. From climbing back up. Bright light, 10 feet below the level of the original floor. This excavation area, this is where the goblins are also working. Anyone who falls off a plank takes damage, blah blah. Impassable terrain, the area in the northwest corner. Into this area in the northwest corner. Oh, this area here. Okay, this is where they have piled the dirt they dug out of the room. No character or creature can move into these squares. So this is basically blocked off. Alright, so we see these goblins, but yeah, so one goblin, we can, like from here, we are hiding here. We can see this goblin here because there we have a clear line of sight. But we also hear the goblins working down there, and we can, and these guard drakes are like large reptilian creatures, yeah, medium sized, or no, they're small sized, I guess. Let's see, small natural beasts, reptiles. Yeah, so small dinosaur reptiles patrol this floor almost like guard dogs, but they're reptiles, and these goblins, they are digging and stuff. All right, so let's look around. I don't really see any other exits or doors leading out of this area except this corridor here to the south. All right, so, but these goblins are definitely a threat. We should eliminate them. Okay. Yeah, this is also a pretty confined space here, so no open hallways where they might gather reinforcements. Yeah, all right. So let's do it. Let's do it. All right. So what I want to do this time, because see, I don't have that much room here, and these are very large maps because 4th edition was pretty miniature focused, but Tiny Dungeon actually uses like abstract distances. I'm using this basically as a small battle map with, like, if you're in the same section, you could move. If you're standing next to one, you're close. This is near and this is far. And I'm sort of like using this as an orientation, but I'm abstracting this somehow. So we are sneaking up in our formation. So, and these goblins, they are, one goblin is far on the other side of the room. So this goblin, he is far. So I will just put him up here. So this is sort of like meant to represent this. So he's far, and the other ones, they are, yeah, sort of near. They could be far, but I will place them in the near region. So we have goblin, two goblins in the near region, together with guard drakes. Do I got guard drakes here? Let me see if I can get something that might, or that can be used as guard drakes here out of my animal, one of my animal boxes. Nice. All right, so this is not small, but that's all right. So this is a basilisk, but it's not a basilisk now, it's a guard drake, but it looks reptilian. And the other one, do I have one more? Yes. This is a medium dinosaur, just a generic medium dinosaur, which could also be, of course, a guard drake. So I need some more bases. So where did I put these? Here. So one guard drake, it doesn't really matter where they are because it's all abstracted. I just need the sections. Okay, so this is the setup. And I will rule that we get the initiative because we snuck up on them, and now it is time to make them pay. Right, I will just use my journal as scrap paper. And the goblins, they have 3 hit points. And the drakes, they have 5 hit points. And the goblins, let's see what kind of weapons they have. Short sword, crossbow with 20 bolts. Oh, they're sharpshooters. Okay, so they have short sword and a crossbow with 20 bolts each. So I'm not counting bolts, or I will not count bolts here, but so this is what they got. But we have the initiative. Yeah, goblins 3, drakes 5. The goblins have ranged attacks, ranged and melee. And the drakes, they just have melee, but I'm giving them advantage in melee because they're drakes and they fight with their natural weapons. Alrighty, so our turn. The ranged attackers, because oh, I do have a short bow as well. So I get my short bow out, Nathan Wayne. The only guy without a ranged weapon is Yamil, the militia captain, and we can all go before. And I go like, let's concentrate our fire. Let's... Alright, so this is a little metagaming here, but I know, because I forgot this last time, that I gave Nathan an extra action. Because he's... Actually, I think he was a solo hero, but now I got a party of 4, so no, I think he does not need his extra action anymore, but I will stick to his 9 hit points, just to give him a slight edge. So Nathan and Marissa, they will focus on one goblin, and Adele, she will use a magic bolt attack and attack another goblin. Those goblins that are near. Alright, Nathan. And but my weapon proficiency is light melee and my weapon mastery is longsword, which means, of course, that I am attacking with disadvantage using my short bow because I'm not proficient with it, with this weapon group. Alright, so first action attack. Oh, I hit. Second action attack, and I'm attacking this goblin. Miss. Alright, so 1 hit. 2 actions, 1 hit. And so damage 1. Just put this down here. And now Marissa, she has mastered her bow because she is an expert outdoors woman and targets the same goblin. Oh, miss. Second action. Yes, hit. But alright, but now, since he is not down, plans change on contact on the enemy. I go, Adele, focus on him as well. And Adele, she makes a magic bolt attack, which is a standard test, deals 1 damage, counts as a light weapon. Miss again. So magic missile style, she stretches out her hand, grasping her staff with the other. No, damn it. All right, so where's my acted marker? Because you know I'm really bad with bookkeeping, I admit it. All right, so this is my acted marker. So this represents the slot of those that have acted. So I have acted. They haven't acted. And also Yamil hasn't acted. He can act before the enemies as well in this round because of our initiative. So now I got to translate this though to this map. So we are basically here on this plateau and we have attacked these goblins that are down here. So I don't really want to get down and engage this goblin. Because then I'm in melee, which makes it more difficult for the others to shoot, and I can get surrounded. So yeah, so I will take the evade action, and I prepared these tokens as well. So one action is evade, and my other second action will be focus. Focus means I'm successful on a 4, 5, 6 on my next attack, and focus carries over from round to round until you attack. So I'm using one action to evade and one action to focus, and I'm basically prepared. And now all the enemies can act. So I'm going by the ranged attackers first, the goblins. They have crossbows. So this goblin, he uses one action to shoot, and he shoots at Nathan with his crossbow. Pew! It's a hit. I can't dodge or evade because I used my actions. Didn't say. So I am at 8 hit points. I'll put this down here. Nathan, HP 8. All right, so, and second attack. Oh, look at this, another hit. Damn, already 2 hits. So Nathan at 7 HP. This goblin, he acted. Alright, now the goblin back here, he attacks with disadvantage because of the distance. I'm just saying, and because because he's far, so disadvantage. But they're also not stupid. They focus also on a single target, so they focus on Nathan. Oh, look at this! Another hit. Of course, they always hit. 6 HP. Already 3 points of damage. And he's got another action because he also gets 2 actions. Another hit. You gotta be kidding me. Alright, 5. Nathan at 5 hit points. And we still have 1 goblin left. So just for the heck of it, I'm moving him, but he's not really moving because this is all he stays near. This is just so that I can see him better. So he shoots, but because I don't want to make it too hard on myself, he has identified Adele as magic user because of her arcane bolts, and magic users are usually dangerous, so he focuses on the magic user. And oh, look at this. Hit 1. Only 1. Alright, so Adele is at 5 hit points. This goblin has acted. So all the shooters have acted, and now we have the guard dragons who guard drakes who said they pounce, so they move up and attack in melee. Yeah, so who are they attacking? So they are primitive because they're animals, they don't think. So I'm going to roll, and whoever rolls the lowest will be attacked. So green is Nathan, black is Adele, yellow is Marissa, and red in this case is Yamil. Alright, I hope I can remember. So let's see. Black 1, that is Adele. So they pounce. I don't know, maybe they can smell arcane energy or something. So they take their move to move from near to close, and they just engage her. So I'm putting them like this. They haven't attacked yet, but they can only attack once because they moved, but I said that I will give them advantage with their claws, stupid as I am. So they attack with advantage each. Oh, of course it's a hit. And the other one, like they can only do one action. Also hit 2 points of damage. Adele is at 3 hit points. Okay. Alright, next round initiative. So, and I'm going to do the following. I'm only rolling initiative for Nathan, and then I'm going like in a I go, you go. So I activate a character, they activate a character, I activate a character, they activate a character. Because I don't want to re-roll initiative every round for everyone. But he is vigilant, so he rolls with advantage. But we fail, meaning the enemies get the first activation, so they get to activate, and then we get to activate, and then so it alternates, just like in the miniatures game. So because I like this better, I think. All right, so I'm activating this guy because he will probably not survive, because he's already pretty wounded. So he's got like 2 arrows, and he again. All right, so I'm going light on myself now. He needs 1 action to reload his crossbows, so he can only attack once. But he will attack Nathan. Because he's not attacking Adele, because these drakes are attacking her, and this is like a frenzied battle, and he doesn't want to shoot in there and risk hurting the drakes. So he shoots at Nathan. And he misses, thankfully. And he can only shoot once because he needs his second action to reload. Now we get to activate a character. Alright, so now I'm going to activate Yamil, because he is also now close enough to attack the guard drakes, one of the guard drakes. So because he does not have a ranged weapon, so his evade is gone unless he evades again, but his focus stays because he hasn't attacked yet, and he gets to attack, and he has mastered his two-handed sword, which is a heavy weapon, meaning he can only attack once, but he would deal 2 damage, and he attacks this drake. Yes, he hits him. Alright, 2 damage on the Drake. Damage 2. This Drake right here has 2 damage. And I got a second action. I can't use my action to attack, so focus is gone as well. But now I still got an action, so I could either evade again or focus again. I think it is better to evade. So he will again take the evade action. Now the enemies get to act again. Alright, so melee attackers. First, this wounded Drake. He attacks twice with advantage. You know what? I should have activated Adele first and given her the evade action. See, now this alternating, it adds another tactical layer, which I'm not good at, as you can see. Because I should have activated her first. Because then, yeah, but then no, what if, could have, whatever. So, first attack, advantage. Hit. Second attack, advantage. Oh, hit. Another 2 points of damage. Adele is at 1 point. And is probably going down. Alright, so, this guy has activated. So they activated first. This guy we activated. What should I do? What should I do? I mean, we got to get rid of the Drakes. Definitely. This Drake, he's got 2 points of damage, but they got 5 points. Let's focus. We get 1 activation. We can't kill it, but we can. But she only has. I think Adele will go down. I think there's nothing we can do about it. No, before she goes down, I activate Adele. First action, bolt attack on the wounded Drake. Bolt attack. Maybe I roll 2 6s. No, I don't even hit. Alright, so now do I evade, which gives me a 1, or do I try again to at least deal 1 point of damage so that he can get finished off? Because I will probably go down anyways. 2 attacks. With advantage, I can evade with a 3rd chance. Now it's getting... Now I'm doing odds here, which is actually not very cinematic, but I'm going to attack again. Never mind. Come on. Yes, yes, look at this. 2 6s. And I am counting this as a critical hit. Oh, damn it. But still, it gives him 2 points of damage. So he's at 4, but not dead. But yeah, all right. So that was good. So damage 4. This creature shrieks. Adele is activated. And now another lizard guard drake. And again attacking Adele with advantage. I didn't dodge. And there's the hit. So Adele goes down. And second attack this guard drake now attacks Marissa. Guard drake attacks Marissa, and with his second and last action. And it's a hit. So Marissa at 5. At 5 hit points. All right. Our turn. So we got Marissa left and we got Nathan. And this one guard drake is damaged. All right, so now Nathan. So still this is all close ranged. I know it's relative, so her close is not my close necessarily, but we're all close together. So I'm just ruling that I can attack without needing to spend a move. I'm just moving up here. I've acted and I'm using my longsword, which I have mastered. Oh, come on! Because now the thing is, if I take the evade action, I can test normal 2d6 because I'm a shield bearer. But it doesn't help if I don't deal damage, if I don't get rid of enemies. So I gotta attack again. We need to get this drake down. Oh, yes, finally. 5 and 6. So this guard drake takes his last points of damage and is down. And I've activated. And now the monsters can act. So we only have the shooters left. 2 shooters. This guy is wounded. He already acted. So this shooter, he shoots at Nathan. And I didn't evade. Ah, luckily he misses. And he uses one action to reload his crossbow. They can only shoot once. But this guy, no, now it's my turn. We still can activate one. And then we activate Marissa. She hasn't acted yet. And she gets out her no, she moves away a little, so she actually now she would be near from him, but never mind. So she uses her action to move so that she is near or not close, so that she does not attack with disadvantage. And then she attacks once with her mastered bow. This drake. Oh, 3, 3, 4. Of course she misses. Alright, and now this last goblin for this round, she shoots with disadvantage because of the distance at Nathan. Jamil is still in evade mode, didn't need it. But luckily it is a miss. Alright, so we are at initiative, but I just looked at this time. I'm at an hour now, so I'm going to end this video here in the middle of the action, in the middle of the battle. And this is the good thing. I can just leave this set up and continue, and I will continue this weekend. So we will just continue in the next video with rolling initiative and continuing this little battle. And next round, when it's her turn, I looked up, so I got in the first round, I can test 2d6, and if I stabilize, she even gets a hit point. Second round, with disadvantage, test 1d6, and if I'm not successful, the wounded are then dead, which would be pretty sad, actually. Yeah, so this is it for this video. I hope you have a wonderful start into the weekend. And yeah, like I said, I will try to get another video in this weekend, continuing this story here. And yeah, I hope you liked it. And if you did, please leave a like and maybe even a comment. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do that as well. And as always, stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.